the border is gonna be like, guys, we saw your YouTube video where you got a fake vaccine passport. For almost 4 months, we have loved exploring Mexico, all the way from Tijuana to Oaxaca. But now it's time for a new adventure. We have a couple of very important errands that we need to do before we can cross the border. We are on our way to Guatemala, and I wish it was as simple as it sounds.
Gonna run out of our visa here and not make it all the way to Panama.
We're going to 9 countries in 9 months, and it wouldn't be possible without you guys as subscribers.
Alex, what are you doing right now?
I'm spilling jelly all over the place, but also I'm making a peanut butter and sandwich for our new friend.
Wow, it's amazing. Hola.
This is Sebastian.
I'm Sebastian from Germany. I'm hitchhiking to Mexico.
All the way down, hopefully, to Patagonia, correct?
Sí.
So it's gonna take a little while for him to be able to do this. There's a lot of things that have to happen. You have to get like visas, but you've been hitchhiking since Cancun, correct?
Sí, sí.
How many months?
Oh, now I'm here for 5 months, and I want to hitchhiking or go to Paraguay around 8 months. I want to stay there.
That is wild. And the craziest part about it is he's been doing this for 5 months, hitchhiking through Mexico. He's went all the way across the country of Mexico, from east to west. And now he's kind of going south from here. But it's amazing to think that you could hitchhike by yourself through Mexico and anywhere in the world. I know that Sebastian has done this in many different places, correct?
In Australia, in India, Laos, and a little bit in Germany.
So we have a gift to give to you so you can have some food before you go.
Wow, amazing.
Peanut butter and jelly.
Oh, muchas gracias.
De nada. And he's been helping us eat our melon so that we can put the lid on it because there was too much melon this morning.
Thank you so much. It was amazing. It was a pleasure to meet you. Mucho gusto. It was great that I can help you with the watermelon.
As it turns out, Sebastian has never had a peanut butter and jelly sandwich before. They are not a thing in Germany. What do you think?
Oh, it's amazing. Muy rico. I love it.
That's so funny.
I never knew that. Like, I figured, you know, in my mind, everybody's had a peanut butter and jelly. That's just like, I don't know.
You grow up on PB&J.
Yeah, I've had countless peanut butter and jellies. I used to only eat them with like one type of jam, but now I try all the different flavors.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
You have such an adult palate.
You know, thank you to my wife. We'll see you around. Be good. Safe travels.
Hasta luego.
So we actually offered Sebastian a ride with us. He was able to hitchhike with us, but he's staying here for another day because he needs to find like a woofer type of situation. We're heading out. Bye guys, thank you.
So for the last couple of days, we've been pushing south. We've probably missed a lot of really cool stuff that hopefully we'll catch on the way back, but we'd really like to cross into Guatemala tomorrow. We're doing 9 countries in 9 months, and we've been in Mexico for almost 3, so we really need to get a move on.
Yeah, otherwise we're gonna run out of our visa here and not make it all the way to Panama.
Today we're making the final push to the border town, Tapachula, and we have a couple of very important errands that we need to do before we can cross the border. This drive feels very empty and remote, and it's also super beautiful. The rolling hills are just green and covered in jungles, but the only other vehicles on the road are big trucks. We've hit a couple of federal inspection zones. Most of them are inspecting the way north, not the way south. So this is another one. We'll see what happens.
Just a bunch of really big topus.
Before we go any further, we need to take a quick moment to talk about today's sponsor, BetterHelp. You guys have heard us give this spiel a couple of times now, and it's because we think breaking the stigma around mental health is so important. BetterHelp provides you with a library of over 20,000 different therapists, so you're sure to connect with somebody who can truly help. By filling out a quick questionnaire, you can be connected with a therapist in as little as 48 hours. If you're even thinking or have the slightest inclination that it might be helpful to talk to somebody outside of your direct circle, BetterHelp is the perfect answer to access online therapy from anywhere at any time. You have 3 different ways to connect with your therapist: on the telephone, on a video call, or by chat. For me personally, there have been a couple of times in my life where I just knew that it would be so helpful to talk to somebody, and by connecting with a therapist, I had so many amazing breakthroughs and got out of some really terrible relationships.
I'm glad not to be one of those.
So check the link below and go sign up today. That's betterhelp.com, HELP/FNA vanlife, and get 10% off your first month of online virtual therapy. Now back to the border crossing.
We are now changing climates and everything's changing around us. I just seen a big spider, like probably at least this big, walking across the highway. And I don't know if I ran it over or not. I hope I didn't. But then after that, I seen a huge iguana. The iguana had to be at least this big, and it was sitting on top of a rock sunbathing. So it's getting kind of cool out here, if you ask me.
And clearly it's getting a little bit bumpy too from my camera work. I feel like that whole time I was like, ah! But it's still way better than the vomit highway from Oaxaca to Puerto Escondido. I don't feel seasick at all today.
It's way more straight.
Yeah. We have made it to the big city. Oh my.
So big of a city, they actually have Carrier here, which is a big AC company.
Oh, I never heard of that.
Yeah, Carrier. I used to work on them in New York.
Well, you need AC down here because 87 degrees and probably 140% humidity. That's an actual fact. We are on our way to get squeezed. The veterinary office. In order to enter Guatemala, we need a health certificate for Paco, and it has to be acquired within 10 days of crossing the border. So we found a spot that we think we should be able to just hopefully walk into, get a health certificate for him. Hopefully it's not that expensive, and then that's one item off of our checklist.
Paco, you excited? You want to go? Oh, good boy. He's so ready. Good job, buddy.
He's so excited.
Yeah, you're so excited. Hey, we need to be here so we can go to Guatemala.
Uh-oh, he's getting nervous. You
Yeah,
shouldn't have
he's getting
picked him up.
nervous. No, he was getting nervous before that. His tail went between his legs when you walked outside.
Oh.
Yeah.
She's asking about like a sticker vaccine passport book, which we do not have.
And I don't know if it's necessary. Just don't.
I've never even heard of it before.
I just told her we needed a certificate of health.
Well, but to get that, she wants to see that he has all of his vaccines.
But we showed her the paperwork.
And there's no stickers. They do it so lame in America. It's just words on a page. Get the stickers.
And you should get the stickers too, the FNA vanlife ones.
Hell yeah, here's the link. So Mexico only accepts rabies vaccines that are done annually, and Paco has a 3-year vaccine. So they're saying that in order to cross the border, we need to give him another rabies vaccine, and then also the other vaccines too, because it looks like from my paperwork that those other vaccines expired like a week after that we got to Mexico, which makes no sense to me. So I'm wondering if I just have the wrong paperwork, because you would think that right before we crossed the border into Mexico, we would have got the right vaccines and had everything up to date and for a whole nother year. Because according to this, his Bordella and his DAP are both expired.
You're supposed to have the batch number of each one of these vaccines, actually the sticker on it next to it. Otherwise, they won't validate it for you to go to the next country. Even though you have the paperwork signed by the doctor, it has to have the sticker. So, and we don't have that. So the guy here said he'll sell us the vaccine so we could put a sticker next to it. Paco wouldn't get the vaccine, but he would have the sticker, is what it sounds like.
But then, like, do we just throw the vaccine out?
I guess you just...
Or do you, like, keep it until next year and then have somebody administer it?
No. This probably has to be in, like, a fridge.
storming out here. We're on our way to the bank because they do not accept credit cards and we do not have enough cash to pay for this. I'm like very confused about this whole thing, honestly. I'm like, are we getting the ring around? It's costing about like 1,200 pesos right now for the 3 vaccines and the health certificate. It says that they're saying the health certificate is 400 pesos. Other people online said they paid 200 pesos, and then we're gonna have to get all new paperwork in every single country because they're only I'm very confused. And now I'm not sure if this is what we should be doing. Should we go to a different vet? But then now they have our paperwork behind the counter back there.
No matter what, we need money, so we're gonna go grab money from the bank. 2,000 pesos, that's $100. You know, if we pay 1,000 pesos, that's $50. It's a lot of money for basically a health certificate. All they're doing is sticking the stickers onto the paperwork, that's it.
But then are those fake stickers gonna also work in Nicaragua and Honduras? Or are we gonna have to get new fake stickers every time we cross the border?
That was a hell of thunder right there.
Yeah, it was, oh my goodness. The roads are like flooding right now.
You close it.
No, come back. To solve the majorest problem that we're having, I put an avocado with some hot sauce in these tortillas.
Yum.
And isn't that just the most filling lunch you've ever heard of?
Ever. I guess the biggest problem we have right now is that we have given them our paperwork. They now have our paperwork, and the only paperwork that's like very up to date. And so now we can't even really go to another vet at this point.
I mean, we could walk in and say, give us our papers and then leave.
Or we just pay for this year.
Like, I mean, it's $50. Like, it sounds like a lot of money when they're like, milli. It'll be a milli. Yeah. And you're like, holy badoli.
Yeah.
But in US dollars, it's really only like $50, which like would be less expensive than just walking into a vet in America.
The vet in America is at least $120 just to walk in.
Like, I get that we're gonna have to get a new health certificate for every new country that we go into, but are the vaccines that we're paying for today, are those gonna work for all the next countries? If they say yes.
He said yes.
Yeah?
Yeah, he said you'll just have to get a health certificate.
Yeah, I mean, like, you're gonna have to get a new health certificate. Because I think he said 5 days. Online it said 10. We're crossing hopefully tomorrow anyways, maybe the next day. It shouldn't be a problem. As long as the vaccines work, moving forward, then I'm good. Whatever, we'll pay for it and call it a day. Thank you.
The biggest reason why you would want to come here in the rainy season is that when it rains, it does pour for a little bit, but it drops the temperature by like 20 degrees. And you have a very comfortable night of sleep, very comfortable day. You know, if it happens early in the morning, it just makes for a better day overall.
The border's gonna be like, guys, we saw your YouTube video where you got a fake vaccine passport for your dog.
I mean, technically it's not fake because all those shots are up to date. They just have it up to date differently here.
So we've got this, which we're gonna need, and he did say would work for all of the sequential countries, so we're good on that regard. And then we also got the official health certificate that will work for Guatemala that's only valid for the next 5 days. So, we are good for Paco.
Yay, Paco, high five.
High five.
High five.
High five.
Yay. Good job, buddy.
Good boy.
Yeah, that was the easiest vet visit for you ever, huh?
They didn't look at Paco even, like, I mean, besides to be like, oh, hola, Paco. They did not look at him.
I think that's pretty common, though.
I mean, for health certificate, they're like, is he covered in fleas? No. Is he rabid? No. Does he have his vaccines? Fake ones? Yes. Okay. Next, we need to get some more paperwork. I gotta direct Frank, because he always drives before we have a destination.
That's not true. The destination was Sariana, so we could eat food.
Okay, we'll do that first.
I got myself an Arizona iced tea, kiwi strawberry style.
Man, nice for you.
Thank you. I also ate a pastry before this.
We're trying to eat through the kitchen right now, or the fridge, because apparently at the border they take away anything fresh that you have, and I've heard they also take away open stuff. I don't know, so we're trying to eat as much as we can so that as little as possible gets confiscated.
They better not take my coffee. So the other thing that we need is our title. You might only need your registration.
I don't think you were supposed to travel with your title in your vehicle, because then somebody could just steal your vehicle and then they have your title. Correct. So that feels not safe. So Frank's mom sent us a photo of it, but we need to get a physical hard copy of it before we get to the border. What I chose to do.
Here she comes to save the day. How was
it? Was so hot and steamy in there. Like, I actually put a shirt on because I was worried that I was like underdressed, and then I was standing in line like.
How much was it?
It was 10 pesos for 15 copies.
That's great.
So I think we're good. So let's find a spot to stay for the night. This town doesn't really have a lot of options, so I found what looks like a really good one just outside of town, and then we'll make the push to the border tomorrow.
All right, let's go, baby.
So definitely the restaurant is closed. We've been greeted by a pack of dogs, but no humans. Humans have emerged. All right, we are in. 150 pesos a night, which is not bad at all. There's a swimming pool that we can use, bathrooms, showers. It's a restaurant in the daytime, so we could have breakfast maybe. We are still trying to eat through our fridge though, so probably not. I think we might stay here a full day tomorrow just to get some work done, crank some stuff out, use the pool, and then cross the border the next day. We're excited, nervous, scared, ready. I'm a little nervous about crossing the border. I don't know why. I feel like Mexico has been very good to us, so I'm sure that Guatemala will be the same, but I don't know, it's just always nervous, like, do we have the right paperwork? Are we doing the right thing? Where do we go when we cross the border? What's next? What's it gonna be like there? I don't know, it's all big question marks.
Let me help you out there, baby. We're always doing the right thing.
Whew! Okay, why is my seat wet? Very weird. Everything is moist.
It's just damp.
It's like 100% humidity. Our bed sheets were like wet last night. Okay guys, it's the big day.
It's a big day. We're crossing another border, baby.
Country number 2 of 9 countries in 9 months. Let's hope everything goes incredibly smoothly. A huge shout out to all of our Patreons. This little song is just for you. Stop, drop, kaboom, baby.